Welcome to Building Your T-Shirt Empire, powered by ShirtAgency.com. Get ready to take a trip inside the apparel industry for the best tips, tricks, and interviews. And now, here's your host, Cole Lundstrom.
Hello. So in this episode, the guys from Grandline Graphics have flown down to LA. So we're actually going to do a series this week talking about all the different things they're trying to do to fix their business. This is essentially a big hour-long overview. So in a lot of ways, it becomes a therapy session as they talk about what's going wrong. Hopefully you enjoy it, and then definitely check in this week for the other episodes because we'll chunk them out so that they're in like little bite-sized pieces.
Cool. Yeah, so my name is Ruben. I'm with Grandline Graphics from Portland, Oregon. Actually Vancouver, across the bridge, but pretty close.
Sweet. So, why did you fly down here? Why are you here?
To grow my business.
All right. So what's your business?
So,
what are you doing like right now? Who's working there? What's going on?
So we do screen printing. We subcontract out embroidery. I have one main guy that works with me, and then a couple part-time guys.
And it's one auto, right?
One auto and one manual, but we don't use the manual.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until you book the auto, how much work do you think you have right now? Like
in terms of,
I don't know, units per week or something like that, or maybe jobs per week, whatever.
Jobs per week, probably 3 to 5, realistically.
Whoa, on an auto, you need like 3 to 5 in a day, unless they're big.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 to 5 jobs on an auto for the entire week. So what's wrong? Like, what do you think is the number one?
I think the biggest problem is sales. Actually, it's kind of funny. When I was, I just recently switched over to a shop management system, Printavo, and when I was on the phone with them, they were trying to sell me on getting the software. They're like, so, tell us about your shop. I was like, well, I have one auto. They're like, so you have at least maybe
40 jobs a week,
750 to 800,000 a year in sales. I was like, actually no.
So what was your sales you said last year?
220.
220, but you said the first quarter of this year was already
doubled.
Bigger.
Already doubled. Yeah.
So you think it's realistic to do $500,000 this year?
I think so. I think it's realistic, but we got to change some stuff up because we're even struggling with the 3 to 5 jobs right now.
Why?
I don't know. Just the whole system of how everything gets through the shop and gets done. Like just.
All right, so let's just start from scratch. I call you,
yeah.
Or I go on your website, right?
Yeah.
Now, once I find your phone number, eventually.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Okay, I call you.
Yeah.
And I say. Hey, I want to order some shirts. Who's answering the phone? Like, what happens on that?
It's all on my cell phone, so I'm answering the phone, or text me, whatever, how many shirts you need.
Does it, like, if I miss you, is it, like, a business line, or is it just your cell phone?
It's just my cell phone.
So you don't, like, people are just calling you?
People are calling me.
So what happens when doesn't that just make you seem, like, kind of ghetto-y when they call and you miss the voicemail or whatever?
I mean, yeah, but I use my phone only for business, so my voicemail
is still Grandline
Graphics, and yeah. So.
Well, that's okay then. That works as long as it's not like.
I don't have a personal phone at all, so I don't really care. It's not like, hey, it's Ruben.
So now, okay, so I call. How do I get quoted? Like, what's the process?
So you get quoted by either sending me an email of what you want or a text message. Then I go, at least now, before you'd be going to QuickBooks, write up an invoice, send it to them. If they like it, mm-hmm. They can pay through the invoice, either 50% up front or 100%, and then go from there. Now that I have Printavo, it actually quotes out all the shirts. I'm still getting used to it, and then I send them a quote. If they approve it, I attach mock-ups, and then go from there.
So how long do you think it takes a customer to, like, actually pay you?
Actually pay me?
Like, can they call and it's handled in 15 minutes over the phone?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So that's not your biggest problem with sales then?
Yeah,
like the actual sale.
I don't think it's sales either.
Well,
need more sales. If I get a lot more calls and more sales, then yeah, it might be a problem.
Well, let's look at your analytics.
Since I'm the only one.
Open your Google Analytics, and then we'll see like what your leads look like and your traffic.
Okay.
Go for it.
Submit the right thing.
Oh, we've got it.
All open.
This one?
Yep. So this is connected to Google.
So this is this month, last 30 days. Let's see if we can do like, yeah, this is good enough. So, here, they're quiet anyway. Let's open the door. Get stuff in here. Okay, so you had 227 unique visitors on your website. How many people do you think turned into a lead? Do you have something in your analytics telling you like when they did a point of contact? Or you have no point of contact on your website at all?
I did.
There is no like lead form on your site?
I have well, now that I have Printavo, you can log in and you can see who contacted me.
But I mean, do you have a way of knowing? The only way right now that they contact you is a phone number?
Pretty much. Or if you click the contact form, right? It's just email.
How many people do you think use this contact form?
So far, maybe. I mean, it's off Printavo right now, so you can log in and see exactly how many.
Yeah.
I flag every single message.
So how many?
A lot.
I guess the point is like how many leads are you getting out of 225 unique visitors on the site? How many of these people became a lead?
Became a lead. Few. Definitely not nowhere near 227.
So you think, did you get 50 leads in a month? Did you get 20 leads in a month?
If I get a lead, I always turn into a customer because I need the customer.
But you said you did like 5 jobs like for the entire
So then
week.
I got 5 leads. Because I don't think I've ever.
So
I've never not gotten a customer. Either I make my price lower or something just to get the customer.
Okay, so that would mean that if you only did 20 jobs or so last month, that means you're at like 10% of your traffic actually contacts you. So 90% of people who are obviously interested in shirts give up on you purely because of your website. So you had
Are those numbers real?
You had 227 unique visitors.
What does that even mean?
That means a unique person somehow found you, probably through Google or something, because you were like the screen printer who was close to them, and then they saw your website and they bailed at that point. 227 unique people were on your site physically, and then they just like went to someone else. So 90% of your traffic you're just losing purely because of the site. So you don't necessarily have a traffic problem, you have a horrible site problem as far as leads. Because you would be swamped if 50% of these people had called you, you couldn't handle it, right? You couldn't handle 100 orders.
No, I couldn't. No way.
So what do you think is wrong with the site that could be causing that kind of drop off?
Well, people already told me before, no call to action.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Also, the site's very pretty, but it looks very, it looks kind of like a boutique. Like, it looked like you literally have a lead image of somebody not wearing a printed shirt. That's your lead image. When all you do is print t-shirts. So it's like a huge disconnect from what you're offering. Because if you're offering screen printing and the guy's wearing a blank shirt, it's a little confusing.
I don't know, I had an issue with that. When I put printed stuff, people would message me, hey, can I buy that shirt? How much does it cost?
Well, then that's a messaging problem. Like, clearly you're not getting the message across. Maybe this, like, low-key thing is way too low-key. You know what I mean? Like, you're so low-key that 90% of your traffic doesn't even understand what you do.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, being low-key is cool if you're already, like, killing it.
Yeah,
it's a bad idea if you're not going. So what do you think you want to do first to like fix
change
this?
Change the site completely?
Yeah, but how? Like what? Otherwise you're just gonna mess with it indefinitely. I mean, we can look at other people who are...
Well, okay, we could take off... I mean, you want specific examples or what?
Ah.
First things first, we take off this banner image and we put like some art, some pictures of some shirts, some art.
Maybe a shot of a rock.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a
video, yeah.
$70,000 press.
A video of a press. I mean, of printing. We can do your shirts in a big contact form right on the front right away.
Yeah.
And then maybe a little bit of story about later down.
I mean, the story doesn't even matter as much as like offering the service. But I think changing this banner to maybe a slider, or like they have those HTML5 videos.
Yeah.
Where they're video backgrounds. Because our website on Shirt Agency is a video background. So you literally watch like a video of someone loading a shirt, and then a video of someone DTG printing a shirt, and a video of a embroidery, and it's all just embedded. I think that would help you a ton. It doesn't even have to be yours. Like, you could probably grab some photography off of Ryonet. Just like grab a picture of the rock. Because a giant picture of the rock and like a photoshopped image of like a printed shirt would probably convert better than what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Because if you can just get your conversion to 20% instead of 10% right now,
We're already doubling.
you just doubled everything. Because you're doing such small amounts of work that like doing something like doubling is actually kind of easy because it's not that much more labor.
No, it's easy, and I could see the guys standing around. So I definitely need more jobs. Okay, that's a really good point. That's a really good point.
So
I never even looked at the analytics ever.
really?
No, not once.
Come on, you're supposed to be young and into data. Hack the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we've made you look at your own analytics. Because another thing that works against you, and I don't think this is a big deal. Like, I don't think you need to change the name, but Grandline Graphics doesn't mean anything. Like, as far as just if you're on Google.
I recently just changed my name because
Yeah.
it used to be United T.
Well, at least that's like, I mean, that's cheesy, but
Yeah, exactly.
it does kind of like show what people do. Like, one of the big shops is Rush Order Tees.
Oh yeah.
And it's because of the search engines. Like, that's why they named it such a stupid name. It's because like people need shit in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So their search engine is like amazing for that. So you're fighting against that. Like, let's look at your source code. Do you have any sort of information in here that actually
For SEO?
that people actually can find you?
Well, I mean, I had a SEO guy.
Well, what do you do,
I don't
though?
know how good he is, but
Alright, so if you look into your HTML,
there's some.
it says custom screen printing and embroidering company in Portland, Oregon, serving all Oregon with custom shirts, urban long tee, fish tee. Oh, see, he's just putting nonsense. Unless you're specializing in urban long tee. He was putting crap that you don't even do. Like, are you selling fish tees? Is that like your niche? Because putting that in your header description, that's just SEO nonsense. Like, he didn't actually do something that caters to you. See how it says baseball, fish? Are you doing vinyl wraps?
As for to make a little bit of extra money, yeah.
Well, then
But no, I don't want to.
Well, I mean, if you want to
I want to do
outsource
shirts.
if you want to outsource vinyl wraps, that's cool. But I mean, when you look at this information right here, it's like, what really are you offering? Because if we go, we got way close to the microphone. Let me Google you. I want to see where you stack up in the world of search. Whoa. There we go. So I'm going to just do Portland t-shirt printer, which I think is a pretty normal thing. And then we're going to see where you really are on Google. So,
He was saying something like the second page, third page.
see, Custom Ink is crushing it. Because Custom Ink, who has no like presence in Portland, is here on the first page. Who else is really good in your area? Big Frog, who I don't know, but they're clearly killing it.
They do DTG.
My Urban Kingdom, fast t-shirt printing. Oh, here you go. So, I don't know these guys, but it sure is obvious that they do t-shirt printing. I mean, just compared to your website, they have t-shirt printing based in Portland, Oregon as their header text. Your header text is custom screen printing and embroidery. So depending on what they type in, people may not be typing in screen printing at all. Like, these guys are saying it's a t-shirt printing retail store based in Portland, USA.
I know where that shop is. They do only heat press. They don't screen print.
This isn't a very good site.
They don't do screen printing. I know this place.
These guys don't have a very good site, but clearly their Google game is crushing you. Because this site's not very good, but see how there's so much text? It allows the bots to, like, find different keyword combinations. You don't have that same level of text that these guys do. So even though their site's ugly, they're getting way more free connections. So let's see. Page 2. I don't see it. Page 3.
Portland, Maine's even coming up.
Yeah, you're
Fourth page.
Fourth page. So your fourth page,
which nobody ever.
I mean, who's digging for the fourth page? And see how, like, he did. See, this is your SEO guy's bad job right here. So these descriptions, like, the good people will say, it'll be an actual sentence. It'll say, we do screen printing in Los Angeles, and we offer DTG screen printing and embroidery since 1999, right? It'll be like a sentence. Mm-hmm. Yours is not a sentence. Yours is custom screen printing, embroidery, Portland, Oregon, t-shirts, urban long tee, fish tee, baseball tee, vinyl sticker, decal, fan wrap, vinyl wrap. See how, like, that's all just nonsense? So even if they do find you, you don't even seem like a real, like, you're not even writing sentences. And it's because it's that SEO logic of just, like, throw keywords at it. But that old SEO logic doesn't work. It's kind of scammy.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense.
Let's see. Like, let's go back and see, like, obviously Custom Ink is the kings at the internet. So let's see what their Portland page is.
It pulls up tags.
Alright, here you go. So, just reading what they wrote in Google, when their description pops up, it says, printing custom t-shirts just got easier for Portland residents. Putting anything you want on a t-shirt or hundreds of other products. Free shipping, live expert help, and guaranteed 4 to 17 day delivery.
7 to 14.
7 to 14. So, like, but see how that's like a real human wrote that?
Yeah.
And then if we click on custom inks, I mean, here they are on the first page in a city they don't even work in. It's a ton of text. This is like text everywhere. And this actually almost looks like a blog post. You'll look so hip in custom Portland t-shirts from Custom Ink. I mean, it's just text. And all this text is like real sentences. It's not SEO nonsense. And then on top of it, they created an actual page. See
for
that,
Portland, yeah.
Yeah, the URL says Portland. So you could do your Eugene page, you could do your Portland page, you could do your Vancouver page, you could do your, I don't know, who else could do service that might be adjacent.
The whole area, yeah.
But I mean, they can all have their own pages. So you can be serving Eugene with premium t-shirts.
Pick out some customers who are from the area and just post their photo.
Mm-hmm. Like Shirt Agency Rancho has its own page because it's Ranch Cucamonga. So, like, when people are looking for a screen printer in Ranch Cucamonga,
you have a second location?
Yeah, well, we do all our fulfillment there.
Oh, okay.
But we'll take orders there, too, even though the printing happens in LA.
Okay.
But, like, they don't go to shirtagency.com and get confused. They go to shirtagency.com/Rancho Cucamonga because then it's a page talking about the city they're actually in.
Okay.
Alright, so you definitely need a lot of text changes.
Basically, you need to change the entire website completely.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it comes
design
down to how you're going to do it, you know, like getting into the nitty-gritty. Because you definitely have SEO problems. The fact that he wrote fish tea as an SEO keyword just makes no sense.
I think I might have gave that to him though, because I remember at one point I had a lot of customers who wanted that style of like super long tee that just kind of hangs down in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you're right. It's complete nonsense.
But you should be tagging the product on your website properly.
Yeah.
Like if you're saying,
but that was like I think that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that.
Like you need these to actually be sentences and descriptions and that make sense.
No, I'll change that tonight, and I'm gonna try to change that banner tonight too. I want to see.
You should also have a contact form like front and center.
Yeah.
So right then and there, it can say like, you know, Well,
make the contact form look a little bit better. Some CSS.
Yeah,
Change it
well,
up.
however it needs to work, just so that you don't lose these people. Also, you could consider like a pop-up. So like you're losing such an insane amount of people, right? You could give them something to feel like it was worth buying. So you could say like, you could have a pop-up that comes in like after 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And the pop-up says like, get a free hoodie with every order over $250. And then the person who's buying it, who might be like, I don't know, buying it for a church.
Yeah.
They're just excited. Now they get a Bella hoodie. They don't even need to print on it. And it cost you, what, $12 from Bella?
Yeah.
And you're buying blanks from a distributor anyway?
Yeah. So you just throw it
But
in
now
there.
this person who's a purchaser is like, oh, cool, I get a large hoodie just because
I
bought from this guy.
that's a genius idea. I'll do it.
Having a pop-up like that might, because you got to get that traffic to actually convert.
Well, that's a lot of traffic. If those numbers are real, if those aren't just made up numbers.
Oh yeah, they're real.
That's a lot of numbers I'm losing.
But yeah, all those people had some interest in actually giving you money.
And I'm on the 4th page of Google, so I can't imagine how much that is on the 1st page.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at our analytics in a little bit, but we'll get like unique views. We'll get like 2,300 or something unique views.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a problem of people viewing us because they want to do like lines, but they don't actually have like a real need for shirts. They're like,
What, dude?
They're like-
cut and sew.
yeah, or they not even cut and sew, but they just like they think they're starting a t-shirt line, but they don't actually have the money or whatever. So like we get a lot of like looky-loos. Like same with my Instagram. I'll have a ton of people on my Instagram, and they don't actually need to buy from me. But you're different because you're looking for people who like actually need shirts for a church.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
All right. So assuming you fix this website,
Okay.
how else are we gonna get you more clients? Are you currently advertising?
Currently, no. I spent a little bit of money, nothing substantial. I was thinking to invite my father-in-law as a partner in the business. He has a lot of friends with money. He knows how to talk to people. Basically a sales guy. And he doesn't like what he does right now, which is trucking. He has a trucking company.
You want to like work with your father-in-law in your building?
Pretty much.
Huh.
It's an idea. But
It sounds like a nightmare.
But he's, like I said, it's an idea. And
Do you
if
like him that much?
he's a cool guy, yeah. He's
But like 40 hours a week, and you guys rely on each other financially?
he's a really cool guy. And he's really smart. It's like, I know it's like, don't do business with family. Like that's the normal thing. Like that's thing. But if we can grow the business to 2 million, whatever, 3 million, I mean, do you really see that as a problem? If he can get friends to, some of his friends are pretty wealthy. They all do trucking. They have 10 trucks. They could easily basically loan 100, 200, 300K to the company. And
Yeah,
if he's-
but to do what with it? I mean, what would
advertising.
we even do with the money?
Advertising.
You want people to give you loans to advertise,
Yeah, they're more than willing.
but you have no success with advertising yet?
I haven't tried advertising.
I-
To say I've actually tried it. No, I haven't tried it. But the biggest problem already I see is the website. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, if you
That's
spent
huge.
$1,000 on ads right now,
Yeah, and the
You would-
website's
it'd be
crap. then
worthless.
It'd be worth it, exactly. So if I can fix how many people I'm getting to the website, at least get a higher percentage of them converting to leads, then I could start thinking about advertising. But I mean,
yeah, and also how are you going to advertise? I mean,
like
'cause
paid
the
per
thing
click,
is-
like Facebook, Instagram. I was thinking Google ads, stuff
right?
like that.
Have you done any of that before?
Barely, no.
So the thing about it is you can get your ad spent in like minutes if you wanted to, or you can pace it out. But like,
Well, let's say
if
realistically,
you want to waste thousands of dollars, advertising is a great way to do that. So like, your ad game has to be way beyond like I'm gonna do some ads,
yeah,
because everyone does ads.
it has to be like a plan.
And if we go back to our Google search, like,
Because even at the ThreadX conference, right?
they were saying sometimes you can get up to a 5x return on your ad spend. Sometimes. Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's if we can fix all of the problems.
I mean,
that
if you're
already
talking gross sales, way more than 5x your ad spend.
Yeah, so if we put in 10K a month.
But you can also just lose
But then
10K.
But then we'll choke on everything else.
Yeah, I mean, like, a really clean funnel can be really beneficial. But just throwing ads up. Like this ad right here, I'm going to click Minuteman Press. I just cost them like $3. Because every click on Google Ads when you're doing these kind of search terms is like $2-3.
Yeah.
So if I don't want this, it's just a waste of money. And these guys are actually dumb because I just clicked on an ad. I Googled t-shirt printing, and these guys don't even do t-shirts. They do like direct mail. So they paid $3 for a click because they didn't even get their search terms tight enough.
How about direct mail? Is that better than Google advertising?
No, I mean, I'm not anti-Google advertising. I'm saying that your thought process has to be beyond, I'm going to buy some ads. Like when you go into AdWords, let's see.
Well, as for AdWords, I'm not going to do the ads myself. I would hire a company.
Well, that's worse.
Because clearly I built the website myself.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's just...
So here's reality, right? So I got 488 clicks.
Okay. And
21,000 impressions.
Saw that, right?
Yeah, they saw the ad in a Google search.
Yeah.
And I spent $1,200 for 488 clicks.
Okay.
Now, my search terms are limited. So, like, I don't have baseball tee or fashion tee or anything.
Yeah.
I tried to limit this to things that actually are truly us. So, like, t-shirt printing downtown Los Angeles. Screen printing Los Angeles. Trying to control that is, like, a huge deal. Now, look at my auction insights. Here's the impression share. Custom Ink is spending like the same amount of money in LA where they don't even exist
as you are,
as I am, where I'm only spending money here. Best screen printing, screenprinting.com. Oh, that's crazy. This is Ryan. So Ryonet is for some reason running on the same search terms as me, so they're potentially wasting money right now too.
Yeah,
because why would you, if you're looking for a t-shirt printer in LA, why would Ryan want to pay for a click to his website? Because it's showing right here that he overlaps with me 9.3% of the time.
But I see a lot of times Ryan wants to also market to the customer they could print their own shirts and start their own thing, right? He sells the whole kit.
Maybe. Or maybe they need to change some of their keywords. Because he is paying for clicks from people that aren't actually there. DTLA print, they're actually here. That makes sense.
No, I know this is a big problem. Spending money, just wasting money on ads. Because even my sister, she works with Bulletproof, right? And she told me that they switched at least 10 different companies before they started doing it in-house.
I do the ads myself because...
They hired it in-house because they were just wasting so much money.
I had an ad company do this for us once. They bragged about, they were like the whole 10x your business, we're going to supercharge your ads, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they ended up making these kind of ads where they're like, awesome baseball t-shirts, shirt agency. We don't sell baseball shirts at all. Because they just you talk to a dude, that dude's just a salesperson, he promises the world.
Yeah.
Then it goes to a team, that team may or may not be in the United States. They have a strategy of just looking up the highest ranking keywords and then just buying ads regardless. So then all of a sudden, if I had run their ads, I would have been in the baseball tee business or the custom golf business. I don't sell custom golf shirts. That's not a thing. This is the kind of thing where if you tell someone, here's $1,500 budget, they'll say, okay, well, our fee is $1,000. So we're going to spend $500 on ads. You lose $1,000 just because we're talking to you. And then they're going to put you and turn you into an algorithm that has nothing to do with your real business. Like, I feel like you could make a $1 million business just selling to, like, breweries. Or you could make a $1 million business only selling to churches. But what you'd have to do is niche down hard enough. So that way Grandline Graphics isn't a print shop that can kind of promise you anything, but isn't really great at anything. Like
churches are cool, but they only order in the summer and maybe for a conference middle of the year.
Well, then you can make a website that's dedicated only to churches that's separate, or you could make it like another page inside of Grandline Graphics, so it's grandlinegraphics.com/church. And then you run ads to only the church deal. So it's like, we give 10% off to all churches, which can just be promotional nonsense. Which, I mean, honestly, every promo ever is nonsense. Like,
that's true.
Everything is only worth what people pay for it. Yeah. So, like, it's like going to JCPenney and the jewelry's 70% off. It's like, no, the jewelry's worth $300. Like, that's what it is. So,
mark down.
Putting whatever you want for different promos, like, you know, we're Portland's, like, #1 choice for brewery apparel. That can be its own page, and it can be its own advertising line. So there's an ad towards breweries that goes to a page for breweries that goes to a contact form talking about, like, hey, we can do your brewery merch, but we can also do your growlers. And it's all, like, spelled out. And then it's like a funnel. Then you're not wasting ad money. But if you just do this, like, scattershot, I'm going to spend $1,500, or I'm going to let someone spend $1,500, the money will just disappear. Because you'll end up running ads for custom baseball tee, and it won't work.
That's true. That is true.
And then once you start to see some sort of result with the ad, then, yeah, take some dude's money. But don't take it while you're learning.
No way, no. That's why I haven't taken it yet, because number one biggest issue is getting orders quickly out the door.
Oh, that's a problem? I thought you had no work. Why would that be a problem right now?
No, it's not that. It's not that it's a problem. I feel like we don't have enough sales, so we're focusing on stupid issues like those.
So what's going on with, like, the workflow? You only have one person printing?
Pretty much. If I had more work, or in the summer when we do have more work, I feel like that doesn't become a problem anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you just feel like it's slow season or something right now, or?
Slow season? All season?
Every season is the slow season? I mean...
No, I mean, what am I supposed to say? We do 220,000. Like, how much?
Yeah.
How much can I pay myself? Like, how much can I pay my employee? Like, overhead. No,
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like.
But what is the workflow right now? Like, who has what job? Do you end up doing 12 jobs?
A month?
No, I mean not jobs like customers. I mean tasks within the business. Do you end up just being like 3 or 4 different positions?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's only printing, or what is he up to?
He's exposing screens, washing screens. Sometimes we have those part-time guys that come in, high school or whatever. They wash screens for us, and so he's sometimes they expose too. But for the most part, he's setting up the jobs. Basically, let's say it this way: he's doing everything, and sometimes those part-time guys help him.
Yeah. So he's
whatever
like
that is.
Production, and you're front of house.
Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah, you could say that.
So how does that work as far as getting the jobs done? Does it make it really inefficient because he's trying to do his own, like, you don't have someone in the screen room doing screens. You have him doing screens, then he goes, then they drive.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, what do you mean this order's not done? He's like, well, I was doing screens half the day, or this, that, you know, and then it kind of makes sense in a way because he can't be printing and doing that and setting up the job. You know, I mean, obviously we have a few issues with, you know, how we set up the job. We have that little registration system.
You might be able to actually cut hours because of organization. So, like, don't think of the screen room as, I need 3 screens right now, and then you go and you clean 3 screens, and then you, like, try to coat them, but then you go and you work on something else.
Yeah.
Instead, try to make it just a task. So, you said there's high schoolers working for you. Maybe you can train one high schooler to do all burning, all coding, and all cleaning.
Okay.
And then you say, okay, you come in after school, we're only going to pay you 3 hours a day or something. Like, he might work 15 hours a week, but offload that 100% off your printer.
Okay.
Just make him a printer. And then he can do nothing but print, and he can be like, oh, now I'm bored. What's up?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually like.
We're talking about how inefficient you are. Come, let's talk about why your company's terrible.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh shoot.
Sit.
Yeah,
sit.
In the tiny office. Talk loud.
Talk about
So what's
Okay, so-
wrong with the business? Why are you guys...
What do you think is wrong with it?
What's going wrong?
I feel like the systems, the whatever we're doing is not good enough, honestly.
So what is the system? Like, what do you
Of
mean?
getting like things in and out, from knowing exactly what I need to print, getting the films ready, exposing the screens, washing it out, taping it up, getting the shirts out, making sure they're all there, printing them.
Say everything.
and
Everything you
That's
think.
what I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah, how does this work at your shop? Is there a... is there an app? Is there an email? Is there you guys just talking at each other?
Okay, so let's go off the old way that we did it, because that's gonna be the most. That's what we've been like on. We're gonna be We're switching over to Printavo. It's a little bit different. This is how we did it. Customer emails. Customer comes in. Customer picks out the stuff. I make mock-ups. I try to make it right in front of them because it saves so much headache emailing back and forth, texting back and forth. I do the mock-up in front of them if I can. I attach it. I write an invoice. I attach it. I try to get a payment right away. If not, 50%. If not, over the email. Then I put it in my iPhone notes. I need to make films for these.
Oh, you're using iPhone reminders or whatever?
Yeah, I need to make notes for these. So many times I'm so busy trying to get, making sure the accounting is done, making sure that all the stuff's organized for QuickBooks, making sure the films are done, making sure mock-ups are done, making sure people are paying. Once I'm doing all that, then I get and I do films. Once I print films, I walk over. We have this little thing about IKEA, has little clips. I clip the film and I clip a packing list. If the shirts are ordered by me and they're in on time, then he can either Mark or the high schoolers organize it, and the film is there. So either Mark or the high schoolers exposes the screens, and then production goes. I mean, that's
So then what's production?
So so far it's only me at the shop right now.
Yeah.
The other guys are gone.
That's what I told him.
So it's basically like the high schoolers aren't there, so I have to make the screens, everything, and I have to make sure everything's there, and
once you do that, right, then you start setting up, and then I come in at the end of the day and I'm like, hey, why isn't the job done? And
but
he's
it's
like,
not even that, because you come in and you're like, hey, do this order, do this really fast. We have some vinyl to cut, do this, and I'm kind of
So sometimes we have
I'm running
just a
over the whole template.
regular Chevy van come in, and we do the decals all around. Just cut vinyl, weed it, transfer paper, and apply it on the van. Usually 1 day job, maybe 2 day job. So sometimes we have to fit those kind of jobs in. Besides shirts.
Yeah, but it's usually like Leanna's order comes in, and she's
My
like,
sister
I need
has
them today.
My sister has a clothing line. Her little Instagram thing. I mean, so far she started a couple months ago. It's maybe been 500 pieces. So that shouldn't be an issue at all. But it's always in the way.
That's not the problem. Yeah, it's just like, hey, I need this today. Stop what you're doing. And we have only one automatic, so we can't print two things at once. Like over here, you guys, Cole's shop has 3 presses, so that everyone's always doing something because there's always something to do.
But that's not the problem because we have a manual. But we don't print.
We don't use it though.
But they use a manual.
Our M&R is just garbage right now.
No, it's not. It's a nice press. It's
Off contact
expensive.
is you can just move it. It's just it's bad. It's not. It's
Not off, that's not off contact.
Whatever.
It's
I know. It's just
registration.
The registration is total.
It's a good press. Maybe you need to tighten a couple bolts.
Oh, which ones to tighten? You don't know.
It sounds like I'm hearing two things. One is we have no work, and two is we totally can't handle our own work.
It's.
So, like, you guys have a serious scheduling issue.
I feel like that's honestly what it is.
Like, you were saying that you were getting, like, 5 leads for the whole week, but then you're just talking about how you get overwhelmed with, like, handling all the steps.
Exactly.
Because usually what happens is,
so
like...
my question is,
Your personal
how the heck does that...
management is terrible.
How does that person from Printavo call me and say, oh, so you're doing about $800,000 in sales when I can barely do 220? And I'm stressing out like crazy, and I don't want to work.
Have you ever worked at, like,
No, I've
somewhere?
never worked for anyone.
See, that's the same problem with me. This is my first job and my only job. That's why I hit you up.
Yeah.
Because I really needed to see how people are working.
Because you have to, even if you don't hire anyone, you guys have to create, like, departments in your business. So even if you're not going to hire someone yet, you gotta have, like, 7 to 10 a.m. is, like, sales only email for you. And then at 10, you do, like, art from 10 to noon. And that's, like, you have to finish one task and completely stop. Because it sounds like you guys are just going, like, scattershot all over the place, trying to, like, do all this stuff, and you're doing all of it badly. Instead of just, like, finishing step 1 and moving to step 2. Like, with the screens, you could just work from 4 to 6 every night, and all the screens for the next 2 or 3 days will be done. It won't matter. But it sounds like you're doing them when you need to print the job, which makes you really inefficient. Because you could burn 12 screens all at once, and that's like, whatever, 3-4 jobs, depending on how many colors they are. But you guys, it sounds like you're burning 3 screens, you're waiting for them to dry, you're stressed that it's not drying fast enough, then you're setting up that one job, right? Instead of, like, on Monday you do all the screens for Monday through Wednesday. Because if you don't have that much work, you could do all the screens in a batch. And I think batching this work is going to make it seem a lot easier.
And another problem was he was saying that we promised too short of turnaround times. They say 2 weeks, and that's normal. If we promise 2 weeks, we're going to be chilling, drinking a cup of coffee
I feel like
before each job.
We do a lot of work for the Russian Slavic community. And
they expect everything
it's
yesterday.
literally like, okay, so when can I pick it up tomorrow? And it's so annoying because sometimes we do have to stay up sometimes. Like pretty.
But you're not charging rushes for that?
That's all on this guy, and I'm pretty sure not.
You can't. They walk away. They walk away.
I don't care if they, like.
Well, I mean, there are bad customers.
Look,
bad customers exist.
Here's one of the, I feel like a bigger problem that Cole told me. You weren't here for earlier. Number one, we have whatever it was, 250 unique people visiting our site, and
Yeah, in the last 30 days, you had 200 and something unique visitors.
And not a single one of them ordered from us. Maybe 2 or 3 or 5, however else you can tell the analytics. Mm-hmm. Our website sucks. We need to fix our website. On top of our website, once we fix our website, we need to start organizing the shop now, so that when we do get those 50 orders, even 50, like think about it, even 50, we don't even need 250.
Even
50, we get them. We have to organize it all.
Is I always try we'll try okay, let's organize, and then we'll have an electrical inspection, or we'll have to finish the drywall, or we'll have to we built our own room, the exposure room.
So we've had.
So it's like
we just had our landlord's really strict, so we have to do everything by code. And we have to do everything by permit. We have to do everything. So it's been already maybe 8 months, and we still haven't got everything done.
It's so annoying.
Everything is usable now. Finally, the dryer won't pass electrical inspection, the hot rocket or whatever, because it's not UL listed.
It's not UL listed. In Washington, they check.
It's not UL listed, so they check. So every time the inspector comes, we have to get the forklift, hide it in our neighbor's shop, pass inspection, and bring it back. Yeah, it's retarded.
Like 4 inspections.
Have you told Ryan at that?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They're literally in your state. They have to know that.
They're our neighbors.
They don't care.
They don't. They haven't had that problem with any other shop? I've never heard that problem.
They said they had a problem with like some guy in Seattle or something like that.
So you can't actually have a hot rocket in the entire state? Or is it because of your building? Like
no, just the entire state. Yeah.
It's not UL listed.
Yeah.
So it's basically considered dangerous.
No, it's not considered dangerous.
Well, it's not.
Other states don't care. Like they literally just don't care. That's not UL listed. But for some reason, Washington inspectors do. That's why I was also we're on lease right now. So if I'm going to keep doing this business, I don't want to keep throwing away money. And if I have a little bit of extra capital, I think he was saying I don't even need a down payment. I need to have good credit and a little bit of a down payment, and I can purchase a second auto and a rock tunnel, and it'll fit in our shop.
Like,
so two smaller presses and
no,
a
the rock
tunnel.
tunnel's way better.
Yeah.
So I can get better equipment. It'll be
Be
$3,000 a
careful
month.
with you need to really know your electrical power, because you're gonna start sucking a lot of amps if you try to do a rock tunnel and two autos.
Okay.
And even in our building, we've had issues with our panel. So
Well,
find
either
out
way,
how much power you even have coming into the building. I've known people who actually had to leave buildings purely because of power. So especially if you want to run a rock tunnel and stuff, our rock tunnel is pulling. It's on 3-phase to begin with, and it's 100 amp breaker, and our electricity bill is like $1,200 running autos and stuff like that.
What?
So that's like practically your auto payment just in electricity if you start running.
Is that just LA?
I wouldn't try to start planning on buying equipment. You guys don't even have one auto busy.
So just keep leasing for now.
I mean, you guys have to make that thing busy.
Okay. No problem. See, that's what I needed pointers
think
on.
people
I needed
need to-
pointers. Do I?
You grow because you have to grow. You don't grow because of like ambition. Ambition's worthless.
Okay, that's good.
Like, it's really pointless. Like, you grow because a double shift still isn't enough. Like, have 4 dudes working on, like, because if you were a one auto shop and you were maximizing it, you would have main printer, puller, somebody at the end of the belt. You'd probably have someone who's some sort of hybrid, like receiving, maybe screen guy, maybe like that's a dual job.
Receiving screens. What do you mean? Getting films and making screens and washing?
Yeah, so someone would be the screen guy, cleaning, burning, everything so that everything's pre-done. And then another person, or maybe the same guy, because it may not be enough work with only one auto, is doing all the counting in and prepping and all the cart stuff. Because like it takes time to actually check that there's 360 shirts in a box. So when you can just have a cart of all the shirts piled and ready, and he can literally print for 7.5 hours a day, and he's actually printing. Let's say you average without burning yourself out in 8 hours, right? 400 an hour without burning yourself out. You can totally do that without being miserable. That's not that fast.
I saw like another problem was I would call Ryanette and ask him like the way they adjust and stuff like that, like their adjustments.
They have no idea.
They would never help me out at all. And so another thing is I really wanted to come here and see what you guys are doing because we were printing like 250
An hour?
250 on the press. Yeah, I would say 250 like an hour. And I'm like,
Is anyone pulling off?
we have Ruben, one of our guys.
Yeah.
So that's with someone pulling off.
What's-
So what's
yeah.
slowing that down?
It's literally just like the white, not white enough, and or
Are you doing top white?
No.
with one white. No,
We don't need it. We don't need a top white. Like it's as simple as gold shimmer ink, white base, maybe a second white and gold on top. So that would be white flash, gold and to pull off.
And
So
you
it's-
couldn't get it above 250 an hour?
Yeah,
Why?
because the squeegee, it would like.
And the design's this tall.
Did you? I mean, you
6,
know how
8
to
inches.
speed up.
Yeah,
speed
you
up?
speed it up and it doesn't even like hit it. You know what I mean? So like it's like something's off because it's like the squeegee.
How crazy is your off contact?
It's not that crazy.
Because our off contact is
I-
whatever
I-
that
yeah,
is, like
I saw-
maybe
I saw it.
3/4 or
It-
something stacked on top of each other.
I saw over there and it looked kind of the same, but with you guys, it's the flood.
What
squeegee,
ink is it?
Ryanette's.
Wolflux.
The lava or
Yeah, I heard
the?
it's trash.
Well, the
You-
lava's fine. I mean, I don't think it's trash.
You guys use
Another thing is, are you?
Rutland?
We could
Well,
we
we
use
use-
reducer.
You
We
can
never
use
we
reducer, and then also like
we never use reducer.
your first prints always look worse because like your ink's cold.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes what we'll do is we'll heat up the boards
Yeah, he does that.
because you get a smoother print. Like
Yeah, we do that.
just spin it and get them hot, and then like get your ink flowing. Because we don't have problems with lava. I don't know why you'd have coverage problems with that really. Are your flashes really, really long flashes?
Not really.
How many flashes are on the auto?
2.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be running at the same speed as us.
I looked and it was like
That's another thing that I was saying. Is like orders take too long.
just look.
When I got an automatic and I did the math, I was like, okay, well, realistically, we should be sitting and having not enough work. You know.
Yeah.
But we choke. We choke. Realistically, we choke.
On setup or on?
It's honestly almost everything.
On everything.
It's again, like you were saying, like have an hour, like 2 hours, 4 hours just to do art. Have a 5 hours to do this. It's like it wouldn't work like that. He comes like at whatever 9. It's like the time we come in. A customer comes in. It's like 5 customers come in, and when would he have that time to do it? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like if somebody else had like the front desk.
But we can't afford it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a level of just having to grind. But that might just mean that you give yourself the task later. Like, if you know you're going to have people come in, do you have random walk-ins or do you have meetings?
No, just random people just walk in.
So if random walk-ins, then maybe you need to show up at 6:30 and know that you're going to, like, from 6:30 to 9, you're not even open, but you have 2.5 hours of no one bugging you. And then you can be your own receptionist if you think you're getting that many walk-ins. It's confusing because, like, you keep saying that there's a lot of work and you keep saying that there's no work. So it's like, do you really get 5 walk-ins in a day? Or do you get, like, some guy that's a waste of time?
We have actually, like,
it's definitely not 5 walk-ins in a day.
It's like
not 5 walk-ins.
How many then?
5 a week.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't say 5 a week, honestly.
Let's be realistic.
No, I'm trying to.
Let's be realistic.
You gotta find where these things are breaking down to fix them.
I had 2 guys on Friday come in. One guy came in, he took the shirts. I just let him grab the shirts.
Oh yeah, essential, right?
No.
Another guy?
It was another guy. You weren't either. Yes, for you, and you weren't there.
Who?
So,
City HVAC?
no, it was a Russian guy. He paints that. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. He came in, and he grabbed some shirts, and he's like, I'll bring them back on Monday. And
I didn't know about this guy.
he was asking about hats and embroidery and stuff like that. And then another guy came in, and he asked about van decals, and he was asking about for Ruben.
So you had a pickup and you had one guy walk in.
Friday, yeah.
What was I doing?
I think you were installing a sign? Or?
Yeah, that's right. Friday I was installing a channel sign.
You guys do signs too?
We can't. We
Has
have
to.
enough money.
You might be hurting yourself trying to do everything because you might suck at everything. Like at Shirt Agency, we're essentially just printers.
What I want to be is just a printer. That's what I want to be.
Yeah. Well, then maybe don't turn down these jobs you're getting and just outsource them. Like it sounds like it's really a distraction. Your website doesn't seem like you do those things at all.
Because I don't want it to be. I don't want it to show that I do signs. If I have a referral, a word of mouth referral, I know that's my customer. That's
you just
it.
take it.
I just take it. They send me an email. Hey, this person told me you do channel signs. Can you do this? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. I sub out the sign. The company makes it for me in Colorado or whatever. Pay $3,000. The customer pays me $8,500.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's $5,000. I mean, minus permits, electrical.
So how much of the $200,000 you were talking about in sales is that stuff?
That's recent. That's recent.
The vinyl is.
How much of your sales are actually
these 2
t-shirts?
signs? That's the first 2 signs I've done.
How much
That's
is t-shirts then?
How much is t-shirts?
Like 80%.
You can check.
Of
You
your
can
business?
check. I think if you click on,
Your QuickBooks?
it should be on there.
Mechanical keyboards are so clicky.
How do you sound?
So
I'm a Mac guy.
Macs are cool if you want to pay twice as much.
I didn't have the money, so I built my own.
Oh, you have like a Hackintosh?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
And
fun.
it's the same price. Okay, so
So is this somehow split out.
So you can click. Yeah. So I organize it. So services. So see 73,000.
Yeah, 73,000 is what? Oh, January to March. So 3 months you did 73,000
in sales.
So right now you're on track to do 200 something.
So look, these are all shirts. Everything. I haven't seen not one sign. Right here. Here's a sign. $475.
So you're like 90 something % shirts.
Yeah. And besides this big $12,000 sign job I got.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean you can split that off and not advertise it, but it does sound like you guys are getting you need some sort of like rules, because you were saying you have no rules, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody comes in and then you turn into like hustle mode, like, oh, I'll hook you up with this, and right? Is that what's happening in
I
sales?
never say that to customers, but
But if someone strong arms you, you just like bend over, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that actually will make people respect you less. Sometimes you'll say something like, you'll say no, and then they'll actually come back 3 days later, and they'll say, oh, I looked around, but your shop was cleaner, so I'm going to use you even though you're more. Or sometimes people will go and do a cheap job, regret it, and come back to you and say that, oh, the job got ruined by these idiots. Especially in LA, everyone's willing to be cheaper. So in LA, like, we just don't go cheap ever. We just have a set price.
What's your minimum price? Oh, minimum shirts?
They do 25.
Yeah, we do 25 if it's a screen. We do expensive samples if somebody's insistent.
What's expensive? $50?
I think the cheapest well, you could do a DTG sample, in which case it's like $20. But the people who force us to do like screen printing samples before we do a real job, we'll charge them like $100 for one sample, and then we'll tell them that when they place the order, they'll have like $100 credit in their order. But if they bail on the order, then they paid $100 for one T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, but how's that $100 worth it if you have a credit?
You just take it. You take it off the order.
Because somebody had to print film. Somebody
because
had
no
to
one's
expose screens.
No one's
had
doing that unless they want 500 shirts or whatever.
Makes sense.
We're not doing samples because the youth group needs 36 shirts. We're doing samples because like a YouTuber is going to do a launch and they're freaked out that we're going to get it wrong. So we say, okay, well, you can buy a sample and it'll go towards your real run, and then they'll sell 1,200 units. And then we like do the printing and the fulfillment for their like launch.
Oh.
So that's like, it's a different type of sample.
Yeah.
You can't not do samples, and we're not trying to make money on samples. But you do have to show certain clients, like, yes, we can get your Pantones perfect as a screen print. And a lot of our customers, they just are fine with DTG. Because they'll like DTG one shirt, wear it, put it on Instagram, put it on whatever, and then they'll screen print the real run because they just trust us or they're not worried about it, whatever.
Is DTG worth it? Should I get one?
For us, I don't know what you would do with it. Like, I think that there's two paths for DTG. One is like you're in the mall and you're like selling $25 birthday shirts. And you're like at a kiosk and you're just charging a ton for one shirt, and you're like listening to people talk about how they don't like that font. Which sucks. But like that's like what those heat press guys do. You know? It's like, you know, rest in peace, Jimmy. Whatever. Like that's what you do all day long if you do that kind of a business. And then the other type of thing is how we use them, which is essentially like a sample room / people who are obsessed with it looking like a photograph. So every once in a while we'll get like 1,000-piece DTG run because people like still think that a 8-color screen print isn't good enough, and they're willing to pay for the DTG. But that's not most people that run DTG.
I think we would never get that kind of customer.
Yeah, I don't think we'd ever.
The type of people that run DTG normally are like $25, and I think that sucks because you get sucked in to like doing someone's art, having them not like it, having them say like, when is it ready, having them stand over you because they want to print it in the store right now, all for like $25. Like, it destroys your day if you run those kind of small time t-shirt printing businesses. Yeah. That's why it's like a dude in a kiosk normally. because you can't really make a business off of that.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
It's cool for us, but like the DTG room doesn't really
make it that much. Okay,
money.
so realistically, what do we need to do? Number one, you need to batch what you need to do.
Well, yeah, both of you need to batch. Sounds like the front office has some serious organization problems.
Yeah.
So if you need to decide,
so how do I be more organized then?
I mean, I think it really is like I'm going to clear all my emails in the next 2 hours, and you cannot do anything else. You just reply to every email, and then you say, okay, all my emails are handled, so I don't have to check them till 4. Don't look at your emails till 4. And then the next batch is like, I'm going to clear out all the art for the next 3 days. Now. Like, when I'll do films, today there was like nothing to do, but there are days where I'll do like, I don't know, 11 jobs of films, and that's only like 1 hour of work, maybe. It'll be like 11 jobs. It's just back to back. You just sit there on Illustrator.
He also does his films way faster than I do. He showed me just what I was retarded pretty much. pretty much all those times that I sat on FaceTime with you for 2 hours explaining to you how to add layers and separate the colors, you don't need to do that anymore. Ever.
Yeah. For all the people still listening, the way that he's talking about is you change the colors to spot colors, and then you send it to AccuRip, and AccuRip creates all the individual films off the spot colors.
Are we live?
No, we're not live, but it'll just get posted.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's really easy. It's really easy.
I mean, because I'll do like 11 jobs in under an hour worth of art.
And I spend half the day doing 2 jobs.
Yeah. That's just inefficient. I mean, if you haven't, I don't know, you probably should just do a Ryonet class. Again, maybe? Or be here this weekend? Well, mine is this weekend.
Which is Friday?
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, we do Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday? We can stay till Sunday.
Should we do
I
it?
mean, it doesn't matter.
No, we'll stay.
No, I honestly, like, this is exactly why, because I saw you at the conference, and I was like, this guy's legit. He has famous people coming in. Did you have Conor McGregor come in?
No.
What was you printed him a shirt or something like that?
No, we just did that because he was an idiot. So we just posted the shirt.
Oh, I gotcha. It was funny, so I'm like, I thought, like, but you seem like you have like an awesome business, and you do. Like,
and you don't stress out like we do.
No, and it's like I go back.
You guys are very stressed.
Exactly. No, it's serious. If you could see us every single day, you'd be like, dude, these guys are insane. There's something wrong with them, and that's why we want to figure something out. You know.
So yeah, that's like I literally had like a breakthrough moment where we're like, what do we do? Because honestly, something's not working out, and literally like your name just popped in my head. And I follow you on Instagram, and I see your good work, and like I see like
he's like dude,
Gucci
what if I
like
DM this guy?
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be down?
And honestly, it's such a crazy idea because coming from like Washington where nobody's there, like
what we're talking
like,
about is basically we had this idea to ask Cole to explain to us what we're doing wrong. We DM'd him on Instagram, and we're like, hey, we'll come work for free in LA for a week. He didn't believe us. And
we came through.
And we came through. Now we're in LA talking to the famous Cole.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
I mean, I think you guys, I mean, even just being here, if you're going to be here all week, just seeing that, like, the roles, and just start thinking about what your roles are, even among the two of you. And if there is a high school kid that, like, does 15 hours, maybe you could never do screens again. Maybe the high school kid can do all the screens because you pay him like $10 an hour for 15 hours a week. And you could, like, your goal should be to be a printer.
Yeah, that's exactly like, like I don't
if the press isn't spinning, you're not making money. All that setup stuff is like, it's just like a fixed cost.
And on top of that, they set up faster than us, and we have the PRU piece of crap.
I saw like the way they do it. It's all adjustments. I don't know why we don't have those. We did it on the manual press. I saw it. Is it David? Vladimir, sorry. I saw Vladimir. It's
Vladislav. Yeah, he is.
He's the
He's not Amir.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Vlad.
The guy that's running the Nano.
That's Dimitri. Dimitri runs my Nano.
I mean, not the Nano. It's Vlad. Sorry.
Vlad does the rock. Dimitri does the nano. Blair does the manual.
Blair is on. Dude, he's on fire.
Blair's a good manual printer.
He puts his headphones in and he just cranks it. I just see him just running back and forth.
And he's neat too. Frank was one of our manual printers before, and Frank's great. He like actually teaches the class, but he's so sloppy compared to Blair. Like Blair will like clean up, finish a job, clean everything up. Like it's not a messy shop. So like I think stuff like that just is good for your headspace. Like if you have all your inks out and all your crap everywhere over the table, just trying to work is like stressful.
It's annoying. It's just honestly, it's annoying. But Vladimir, you know, worked with him.
Vlad setting up.
Yeah, setting up. I just see him like move it. He like just test prints one shirt. He puts it through and just all wet on wet ink. You know, he just prints it and it's like it takes literally one run for him to get all the screens. You know.
Yeah.
So
well, that's how it should be.
It was like 5 minutes. Usually I'm like, I print the white and I dry. You know, one's off and I have to like go back, print one white on top, and then dry it again, and then go to the next color, and it's like, see, like I never.
Are you registering to film?
It's the thing is
because Vlad registers to film.
It is to film.
When you saw him print, he did the film first, so he has dry, clean screens, registers everything to film, and then he does his first print. And when he does his first print, maybe he's tweaking a micro.
Yeah, and that's what it was.
But now that we have the PRU,
yeah, I'm saying we don't have to have the screen, but we still have to micro adjust. And the way it's like the little dots. You know, you see, I don't have that. You know.
Well,
what
now,
don't you have?
No. Well, now
marks.
Yeah, we have just two. I just put two.
It's just
pluses.
two crosses.
Oh well, the problem with two is like you don't have like that twist tilt problem.
No, but now he showed me how to do Illustrator and add the spot colors, and it'll separate much faster. And I could, remember how we used to do CMYK jobs? Mm-hmm. They had all the bars on the side, everything. Well, now it's gonna have everything. I'll just have every film have it.
I was like, because I honestly didn't like doing CMYK because I just didn't know how to. Like, I didn't know. I'm like, so do you like CMYK? He's like, yeah, I actually love it. It's really satisfying, getting the shirt color, it's like, when it comes out really nice. And
he's also saying Separation Studio is actually good. So just we suck at it.
It has limitations, but, we do everything with it.
But it's nice.
Every shirt in here is Sub Studio. This is Sub Studio, all that stuff.
Who'd you guys do this one for?
I don't think I can say their brand.
Say it.
It's a management company, so they do merch management. So like, they wouldn't want their customer to know that we're the print shop because they're the. No.
Oh, I see. Oh,
They're a merch management company.
I thought you meant you couldn't pronounce it.
No, they're a merch management company, so like.
Gotcha.
They're selling shirts in a way too, but they're better at like the graphic design part, and they'll land like a wrapper or something, and handle all their merch. So everything.
Is like DTG?
No, that's a screen print.
Dang, that's actually
Biggie Smalls.
That's Separation Studio, and it's only a 3-color.
That's so nice.
Wow, this feels like nothing.
And
well, that's plastisol, so it actually feels worse than it should.
No, of course. I could feel it. It's not water-based, but another thing is we have thick prints.
Wait, everything's Wilflex?
Yeah. And almost always we're doing flash print.
Yeah.
Like white-based.
The thing is, like, again.
You know what we should do? We should stop this, and then we should just do this over and over this week. And then people can just hear this as like a series. So it's like literally tonight, go fix your website. And then we can talk about how...
I could go get my laptop.
What the website is.
And I could work on my laptop here.
Yeah.
Fix my laptop.
If you work on the website here, we can literally be talking about the website again tomorrow. Because there's got to be a ton of people like you.
Let's do it.
No, and the thing is, there is. Because the same... Brian Net has people come in... people who want to buy like a rock or a nano or like anything like that, they'll take us. We're like the closest to their headquarters, so people from like Tacoma, Seattle, they'll bring them here. They'll give us some credit for the day, or whatever. Like,
and we can.
It's like $300 or something like that, and worth of screens or whatever. And I'll basically just show them how the rock works or how and they'll print
give
their
us
stuff on here.
But anyway, before you keep talking,
you
can take this out. What I'm about to say, but we can stop this and restart this because I feel like everything we just said was just all over the place. And if somebody wants to listen to a whole whatever, hour and a half, we can say all of that in literally 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 minutes.
No. I'm going to call it like shop therapy or something.
Shop there.
And then we'll just explain that
you
like
need some like massage music in the
the
background.
next
like,
one will just be because people listen in their car and stuff. Like I've had long ones.
Yeah.
People have listened to ridiculously long podcasts. So we'll just post it as is. You're welcome. And then we'll just do another one tomorrow, like going over what you've changed about the website. And then I'm sure we'll find out more crap throughout the week. We can just do it like a series. So people can either skip the intro one or they can just like do every series or whatever.
Yeah.
Because people have the same problems in shops. Everyone has the same like, why aren't I growing? I've been the same size for 7 years kind of thing.
No, but what I was saying was, I'm sorry, it took too long to say, was people come in, and I talked to some people, and they were like, we have the same problems as you.
Other shops.
Like other shops. They would be like,
Yeah,
same
not
problems
customers.
as you, it's sometimes like, we've been around for 4 years, and we still can't, get together,
Mhm.
this and this, and
It's like every shop I've ever
It's-
talked to.
literally.
And the big shops think they have problems too. Like I was just at Barrel Maker, who I would consider
Big shop.
like definitely mid-sized. I mean, there's some god shops out there, so big is relative. But Barrel Maker had 4 autos, 2 rock tunnels, and like a real team. And Justin like does a great job out there. But he's still like, I need to be bigger. Why aren't we bigger? Why don't we make more money? I mean, it's an infinite game. It's like that guy from Jack Prince. When he was at dinner, he was saying that if he doesn't make $2 million a month, like they're screwed. Because like you end up with like mad overhead and 100 employees, and all of a sudden $2 million doesn't seem like enough. It's like, it's this endless game in this industry. So we're going to stop this now, and then apparently we're going to post a whole bunch of these. Alright, thanks, bye.
See ya.